Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Tutti. Sind die mit schwarzen Buch drin?
Das weiß ich nicht.
Tutti.
So, singst du für Motiv?
Was Spezielles oder?
Für Motiv.
Gurudeva Kripa Karate Muchiko Apanalena Gurudeva Kripa Karate Muchiko Apanalena Me Charana Padate. There, it was right there. 2, 4, 6. Me Charana Padatari Charano me Jagadena
Me Sarana Paratari
Charano me Jagadena Gurudeva Kripa Karate Muchiko Apanalena Karuna Nirina Matera Karuna Barasa Hotu Soye Bhagyako Penata Jagato Penata Jagato Merina Vadavara Dole Ushitara Nagadena Gurudeva Kripa Karate Muchiko Apanalena Om Sat
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Seva-Ashram Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Koro Krishna Chaitanya Gaya Koro More Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gaya Koro More Patita Pavano Etu Tabaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gaya Koro More Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gaya Koro More Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sokhi Ipabalo Kanako Amiboro Doki Amiboro Doki Nayako Sitapati Advaita Musakti Sarupini Vishnu Priyatakurani Musakti Sarupini Vishnu Priyatakurani Musakti Sarupini Vishnu Priyatakurani Musakti Sarupini Vishnu Priyatakurani Navita Navamitam Bhaktira Asai Navamitam Bhaktira Asai Simisasanathanam Navati Bhavasasthanam Simisasanathanam Navati Bhavasasthanam Avatyanam Dharmapala Sampakavanatini Navanika Tanukani Sampakavanatini Navanika Tanukani Aradikam Angavibhusana Sunnacarana Kaliyaan Vasamapana Sunnacarana Kaliyaan Vasamapana Ashtayama Smarana Kirtana Ashtayama Smarana Jaya Papucharan Chari Chara Akashama Nakuriya Bhaktira Varana Se Sava Bhakta Jive Patairo Navachite Vishnu Priya Charan Vishavana Anasava Mahachane Pataira Vindavane Kariya Anukaravajana Avasese Goradese Nityananda Mahavese Vitarila Mahaprema Dhana Vishnu Priya Nityanatsan Anurina Hare Savan Anasahit Karin Sankyarasi Mahaprabhu Vigaha Seva Nahi Pukse Anya Deva Akashita Hai Sakti Shavasi Vishaya Vishama Vishe Devanisi Vimashi Vishvavasi Hoire Vishama Panchatattva Gora Arena Vatipe Avatare Jivera Hari Advaita Acharya Shivas Nityananda Hare Dasan Hidaya Hari Rodukama Katarine Gora Hari Sanyasa Hari Shirhari Chakata Kari Bhakti Navatika Vishnu Priya Maya Mukta Karaya Asya Bhakti Gauri Vitarana Antaranga Sarup Shakti Yoga Maya Charakati Himavasya Ihati Kubana Vishnu Priya Avatara Narira Kriti Bhagavan Jivera Dirina Tattva Jnana Bhakta Bhakti Seva Mitra Jivera Jivana Mitra Divya Shastra Divya Shupadana Ena Shri Vishnu Priya Charana Asacharya Kare Jiva Maya Tegamana Mure Jiva Nityadan Pasarira Vrindavana Harairo Primera Ratana Jaya Vishnu Priya Devi Vishnu Priya Vishnu Priya Devi Vishnu Priya Jaya Vishnu Vishnupriya Devi Vishnupriya. See Vishnupriya Devi ki sign.
Yoga-Weiler kommt ja auch. Stimmt, sie kommt auch von Yoga-Weiler. Jayaranta Mataram Jaya Kunja Vihari Jayaranta Mataram Jaya Kunja Vihari Jayaranta Mataram Jaya Kunja Vihari Kunja Vihari Vijanavarabha Jaya Girivadari Jaya Girivadari Jai Gopi Channavarava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Yasoda Nandana Patsatana Yasoda Nandana Patsatana Tira Natira Manasa Devata Mantara Naya Kunja Devata Mantara Naya Kunja Jaya Gopi Channavarabha Yasoda Nandana Yamunatira Yamunatira
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Nitai Go Premanande. जय श्री गोवन साई को प्रसन्न गंत विधारी की जय श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी राधा रमण बिहारी राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय श्री राधा गोविंद गोपीनाथ रमण मोहन की जय राधा रमण राधा गोकुल नंद जी की जय जैन चरीना पवित्र सतश्री श्रीमान भक्ति वेदांत श्री नारायण गोस्वामी नाथ श्री गुरुदेव की जय श्री गुरुदेव पार्षद बिंद की जय श्री गौड़िया वैष्णव आचार्य भाग की जय श्री पनुरत भाग की जय श्री सर्व गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय जय श्री वसंत पंचमी महामहोत्सव की जय श्री विष्णु प्रिय देवी की जय श्री रघुनाथ गोस्वामी की जय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय श्री रघुनंदन ठाकुर की जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि प्रभु की जय श्री भक्ति विवेक भारती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय श्री पार्वत महाराज की जय जय श्री प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन राधास्वनात्मक श्री वत्समंडल की जय श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड मन गंगा तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय कंठराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय बृहद मृदंग की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे
First, I offer my Dhanavas Pranamas to the whole Guru Parampara, Upanuga Vaishnava Parampara. Today, all these Vaishnavas, exalted
Personalities.
associates of Mahaprabhu and his Vaishnavas who appeared in disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and I chose to speak something about Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Schau mal in die Kamera nach, dann die Leute wissen, wie du aussiehst. Guck mal, das sieht gerade aus.
Yeah, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It's not so really clear mentioned when he is exactly appeared in this world, around 1638, some say, but in a family of Brahmanas in this district of Nadia in West Bengal. He was celebrated by the name Hari Vallabha, and he had two older brothers named Brahmabhadra and Raghunatha. And in his childhood he studied grammar in one village named Devagram. After this he went to a village named Saityapta in the district of Muri Dapta, where he studied Bhakta Shastra in the home of his guru. At this time he started to write his first three books, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. I think there's a commentary from Bhakti.
So eine ganz kurze Zusammenfassung praktisch. Die Essenz von Bhakti Rasamrita.
Dann Ujjwala Nilamani, Kirana und Bhagavatamrita Khan.
Das sind drei kleine Bücher. Sie sind sehr berühmt.
Very small books, but they're very famous.
Essenz von diesen drei Büchern. Essenz von Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu
Ujjwala Nilamani
und Priya Bhagavatam. See. Then a short time later he renounced his household life and went to Vrindavan. There he wrote many books and commentaries. After the disappearance of Sriman Mahaprabhu and his eternal associates who had taken up residence in Vraj, the current of Shuddha Bhakti was flowing by the influence of three great personalities, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was in the fourth generation or line of disciplic succession coming from Sri Narottam Das Thakur. One disciple of Sri Narottam Das Thakur, Mahasai, was named Sri Ganga Narayan Chakravarti Mahasai. He lived in Baluchara Gambila within the district of Murisapta. He had no sons and only one daughter, whose name was also Vishnupriya. Like this Vishnupriya we hear later more, the associate of Mahaprabhu. Sri Narottam Das Thakur has another disciple named Ramakrishna Bhattacharya from the Brahmana community of Adrendra in West Bengal. The youngest son of Ramakrishna Bhattacharya was named Krishna Charana. Ganga Narayan accepted Krishna Charana as an adopted son. The disciple of Krishna Charana was Radha Raman Chakravarti, who was the spiritual master of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Sarthan Dasini, at the beginning of the Ras Pancha the 5 chapters describing Sri Krishna Rasa Leela, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written the following verse. Sri Rama Krishna Ganga Charanan Natva Gurun Uru Primana Shinarottama Nata Shigauranga Prabhum Naumi. Therein he mentions all this line of his gurus. In this sloka, the name Sri Rama referred to the spiritual master of Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti, Sri Radharaman. The word Krishna refers to his grand spiritual master, Param Gurudev, Sri Krishna Charan. The name Ganga Charan refers to his great grand spiritual master, Parappara Gurudev, Sri Ganga Charanan. The name Narottam refers to his great grand spiritual master, Parampara Gurudeva, Sri Narottam Das Thakur, and the word Nata refers to the spiritual master of Sri Narottam Thakur, Sri Lokanath Goswami. In this way he offers his obeisances unto his Guru Parampara up to Sriman Mahaprabhu. The daughter of Srinivasacharya, Himalata Thakurani, was extremely learned and a great Vaishnavi. She expelled an strange disciple named Rupa Kaviraj from the Gaudiya Vaishnava community. Since then, Rupa Kaviraj was known as Atibadi in the Gaudiya Vaishnava community. He established his own concocted doctrine opposed to the Gaudiya Vaishnava conclusion that only a person in the renounced order of life could act as acharya. He claimed that it was not possible for a householder to become a spiritual master. Completely disregarding the part of devotional rules and regulations, Vaidhi Bhakti, he propagated the path of spontaneous attraction, Ragamaga, in an unrestrained and undisciplined manner. His opinions were that Raganuga Bhakti could be practiced by Smaranan, remembrance alone, abandoning the practice of Sravanan and Kirtana, hearing and chanting. Fortunately, Sri Chakravarti Thakur was present at that time. In this Saratha Darshini commentary on the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he refused these false conclusions. The householder disciple in the disciplic succession of Nityananda Prabhu's son Virabhadra, and those who are descendants of the reject sons of Advaitacharya award and accept the title of Goswamis. Such action is completely improper according to the line of Acharyas. Chakravarti Thakur refuted this idea of Rupa Kaviraj. He proved that it was not incompatible for qualified Grihastha descendants of an Acharya to act as spiritual master. But for unfit descendants of Acharya's families who are greedy for disciples and wealth to adopt the name of Goswamis is unlawful and contrary to the statements of Shastra. This he also proved. Therefore, all those acting as Acharya, he never used the title Goswami with his name. He did this just to instruct the foolish and unfit descendants of Acharya families of modern times. Many times in his life he was speaking in this to confirm this Vaishnava philosophy. Some say also he was an incarnation of Rupa Goswami, while he is, I think he's come. While he refused all this Gaudiya Vaishnavas and other Vaishnavas who supported the doctrine of Swakiya Yadava. So this married love, Also this king, Jai Singh, was the king of Jaipur. And the Vaishnavas of the antagonistic camp led Jaidev Singh to believe that the worship of Srimati Radhika along with Sri Govinda Dev were not supported by Shastra. Their contention was that Srimati Radhika name was not mentioned anywhere in Srimad Bhagavatam or the Vishnu Purana, and that she was never legally married to Krishna according to Vedic rituals. Another objection was that the Gaudiya Vaishnavas did not belong to a recognized line of disciple succession or sampradaya. There are bound 4 lines of Vaishnava disciples succession which have descended from time immemorial. Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Sanaka Kumar Sampradaya. This later, the disciple Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti, Baladeva Vidyabhusan, he wrote, how we heard sometimes this commentary for this Rupanuga Vaishnavas. In particular, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas did not have their own commentary of the Brahma Sutra. At that time, Maharaj Jai Singh, knowing the prominent Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas of Vrindavan to be followers of Sri Rupa Goswami, summoned them to Jaipur to take up the challenge with the Vaishnavas from the line of Sri Ramanuja. Because he was very old and immersed in the transcendental bliss of bhajan, Srila Chakravarti Thakur sent his student. Yeah, and then he refuted this doctrine of these Vaishnavas and established again that Srimati Radhika could be worshipped there together with Govinda Dev on the altar of the king. Yeah. How I told Sri Baladev Vidyabhusam, he wrote then also this commentary on Brahma Sutra. Yeah. Then there were this nice story about Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, how he was reading one book entitled Mantra Deepika. Once while reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, he came up to the first quoted Madhya Lila 21, 1-5, which describes the meaning of the Kama Gayatri mantra. And there is mentioned that Kama Gayatri mantra is identical with Sri Krishna in this the king of mantras. There are 24.5 syllables, and each syllable is a full moon. This aggregate of moons has caused the moon of Sri Krishna to rise and fill the world with prem. It is proved by the evidence of this verse that the Kama Gayatri mantra is composed of 24.5 syllables, but in spite of considerable talks, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti could not ascertain which syllable is the Kama Gayatri was considered a half syllable. Although he carefully scrutinized grammar books, the Puranas, the Tantra, the Shastras dealing with Rama, Natya and rhetoric, Alankara and other scriptures, he found no mentions anywhere of a half syllable. In all the sastras, he found mentioned only the vowels and consonants which make up the 50 letters of the alphabet. He found no evidence anywhere of a half syllable. And also in his grammar books by Shiv Goswami, he found mentioned only 50 letters in the section dealing with names of the various groups of vowels and consonants. He studied so many books, and then after he was so much distressed, seeing that his doubt was only increasing, he began to consider whether Kaviraj might have made a mistake while writing, but there was no possibility of him committing any mistake. He was omniscient and thus completely devoid of material defects, of mistakes, illusion, and so on. Is the fragmented letter T, the final letter of the Karma Gayatri mantra, is taken as half syllable, then Krishnadas Kaviraj would be guilty of the fault of disorder. For he has given the following description in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. In this line, Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami has described the face of Sri Krishna as a first full moon. His two cheeks are both considered a full moon. The dot of sandalwood on the upper portion of his forehead is considered a fourth full moon, and the region of the forehead below the dot of sandalwood is the moon of Astami, or in other words, a half moon. According to this description, the fifth syllable is a half syllable. If the fragment T, which is the final letter of the mantra, is taken as half syllable, then the fifth syllable could not be a half syllable. So, Sri Vishwanath Thakur fell into a dilemma, because he could not decipher the half syllable. He considered that if the syllable of the mantra would not reveal themselves, then neither it be possible for the worshipful deity of the mantra to manifest to him. He decided that since he could not obtain audience of the worshipful deity of the mantra, it would be better to die. Thinking so, he went to the bank of Radhakund at night with the intent of giving up his body. After the second period, parahara, of the night had passed, he began to doze off with suddenly. Sri Vishwapanunandini, Srimati Radhika, appeared to him. She very affectionately said, "O Vishwanath, O Hari Vallabha, do not lament. Whatever Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj has written is the absolute truth. By my grace he knows all the inner sentiments of my heart. Do not maintain any doubt about his statements." The Karma Gayatri is a mantra to worship me and my dear beloved Pranavallabha. We are revealed to the devotee by the syllable of this mantra. No one is capable of knowing us without my grace. The half syllable is described in the book known as Varna Gamabhasvat. After consulting this book, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj determined the actual identity of the Karma Gayatri. You should examine this book and then broadcast its meaning for the benefit of faithful persons. After hearing this instruction from Vishwapanunandini, Srimati Radhika herself, Vishwanath Chakravarti, suddenly arose, calling out, "O Radhe, O Radhe!" He began to cry in great lamentation. Thereafter, upon reading his composure, he set himself to carrying out her order. According to the indication of Srimati Radhika regarding the determination of the half syllable, the letter V, which is preceded by the letter Ya in the mantra, is considered as a half syllable. Apart from this, all other syllables are full syllables, or full moon. By the mercy of Srimati Radhika, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti became acquainted with the meaning of the mantra. He obtained the direct audience of his worshipful deity, and by means of his internal perfected spiritual body, Siddhadeha, he was able to participate in the Lord's Nitya Lila as an eternal associate. After this, he established the deity of Sri Gokulananda on the bank of Radhakund. While residing there, he experienced the sweetness of the eternal pastimes of Sri Vrindavan. It was at this time that he wrote the Sukhavartiti commentary of Ananda Vardhana Shampu, a book written by Sri Kaviraj Karnapurna. In old age, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur spent most of his time in a semi-conscious state, deeply absorbed in bhajan. His principal student, Baladev Vidyabhusam, took over the responsibility of teaching the Shastra. And there was also another incident where he also this conception of parakriya he was propagating, and then also some of this Brahmana caste, they were so much against him, they decided to kill him one night. No? They were waiting for him in a secluded place, but then in this moment when they started and they wanted to kill him, they're going from there. They saw also only a small girl. They're picking flowers. They were totally confused, but then seeing the astonished beauty of the girl, her sidelong glancing, her grateful feminine manner, and gentle smiling, the Pandits became captivated. All the impurity in their minds was vanquished, and their hearts became soft. On being requested by the Pandits to introduce herself, the girl said, "I am a maidservant of Swamini Srimati Radhika. She is presently at her mother-in-law home at Yavad. She sent me to pick flowers." Saying this, she disappeared, and in her place they saw Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur once again. The Pandits fell at his feet and prayed for forgiveness. He forgave them all. Yeah. Like these are these Vaishnavas, okay, the people they try to kill them and make all nonsense things with them, but they forgive always. And here's because his name is Vishwanath, he's the Lord of the universe, and because he always remains in the assembly of chakra, of poor devotees, he is known by the name Chakravarti. He around whom a circle of assembled turns. I think I heard something of Chakravarti is also, there is some bird like Chakravarti which only drinks water from the rain cloud in special days when it's dropping down. And then we can also say Chakravarti is only who tastes always only the most highest nectar of Krishna Prem. So I thank for your patience, and this was more or less I wanted to say today for Vishwanath Chakravarti, about Vishwanath. And Mantakalpata Rupyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaivatapatinam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavi Namo Namaha.
Alles gelb, auch der Hocker. Und auch das. Ajnanatimirandasya Ajnanam Shalakaya Chakshurumilitamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namine Vandeham Shri Guruvaram Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajara Sarasikam Chanarenam Tam Prapanam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prashte Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Chakripa Murtim Narayanam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Paridanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Radhe Shakili Prabhuta Vinuda Vinyasa Vikyam Vajavanditangrim Kripalutadya Kila Vishwavandyam Shipu Namasim Shirasa Namami. Deutsch, English. I bring my respectful Dandavat Pranam to my spiritual master Nityalila Pravishta Vishnupad Ashtotara Shatashi Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev, and same to his beloved good brothers Srila Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Param Gurudev, and the entire Guru Varga, and all the Vaishnavas and Acharyas we are celebrating today. And I was reading in the book of Shri Vishnu Priya Devi. It's a very nice book. There is a lot of information. I am just some few points which are very nice I want to share with you. So Vishnu Priya Devi, we were singing this one bhajan, and there was written she's Bhu Shakti of the Lord. There is one Swarup Shakti, but she manifests in three aspects. It's Shri, Bhu and Leela. So they are in the spiritual world, and when they come to this world, they taking the forms of Gadadhar Pandit. He was the incarnation, he's the Leela, not incarnation, but he's himself the Leela Shakti. Leela means the pastime energy. Then Shri Shakti was in Mahaprabhu's pastime, Shri Lakshmi Priya, the first wife of Mahaprabhu, and the Bhu Shakti is then Vishnu Priya Devi. Shri Shakti decided that she will leave this world. After marriage of Mahaprabhu, she stayed only few years, maybe 3, don't remember how much, very small time with Mahaprabhu, and then she decided she will leave this world. There was a snake bite, and then she left. When Mahaprabhu was not present, he was in Gaya. Prabhuji is explaining that Shri means all the opulence and what people pray for, what they want to have, wealth and good position and everything. But the problem is when people get these things, they will become arrogant, proud, and forget all the bhakti. Most of them. So she didn't like that. She was in a dilemma. When I am present and people are doing bhakti, then I have to give them what they want, but then they will leave. All these bhakti processes, I don't want this. So therefore, I better don't stay here. That was her consideration. But then Mahaprabhu was thinking, what will I do? I cannot, how can I help all the jivas? Need some Shakti to change them. Then he was calling the Bhu Shakti. Then he married Vishnu Priya Devi. Bhu means like Bhu Loka, like this earth planet. And it is representing the mother. And she's giving them, the living entities, food, clothes, taking care of them. So then Mahaprabhu was happy because he then could he could take sannyas and leave all the responsibility of taking care of jivas to his Shakti, Vishnu Priya Devi. I will speak a little bit later about that. I want to just like something few about her appearance day. Is today about her appearance. As same as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he appeared, there was chanting of the holy names. So same happened when she appeared. There was very loud chanting of Shri Hari's holy name, and as a very auspicious day today, Pancami is the also Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada appeared on Pancami. I think, yeah, is a day of knowledge. On this Pancami, I'm not sure if I remember properly, but this Bhaktivinoda Institute, which was in Chaitanya Saraswati, Chaitanya Mat, or nearby, they also had holidays on Pancami, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a holiday for them to worship, to worship Saraswati on this day. I don't know also. Today is Saraswati Puja, but they had holidays on every Panchami, so it was like a special day for them. It's a special day, so it says auspicious day Panchami, and she's the representation actually, Vishnu Priya Devi of Saraswati, because when she, a small child, she loved books. Even when she was born, people brought books as a present. Like it was her father, Sanatan Mishra. I didn't say she was born in Navadvip Dham as a daughter of Sanatan Mishra. He was a great Pandit. He was Pandit in the King Assembly also. And so people brought so many Bhagavad Gitas and Ramayans and Upanishads, and her father wondered, oh, this is very special. I already have these books, but then he started to distribute them to everyone. So it is an indication that his daughter was very learned like her father, and even the astrologer said that his daughter is Mahalakshmi herself. And he was a little wondering, but he couldn't. Everything was so effulgent, and the chanting was going on, and also his own knowledge increased. And then his daughter, also from a small child, she was always interested in books. Even before she could read, she asked him to read her something from the Vedas. She saw any book on the shelf, spiritual book. She wanted to know what is inside. And her mother said, oh, this is only for men, this is not for ladies, these books. Because at that time, daughters didn't go to school. But she said, is the soul man or lady? She was not satisfied with that. She wanted to, even on her birthday, she desired Srimad Bhagavatam from her father. And also later she opened her school, her disciples. She was like very sober. Mahaprabhu, as a small child, he was naughty. He was great Pandit also, but Vishnu Priya, she was learned and very peaceful. Mahaprabhu, by purpose, he tried to disturb Brahmanas and everyone and quarrel and argue because he wanted that people will remember him. But Vishnu Priya Devi, even people saw her, they got very peaceful, and some knowledge came to them, some inspiration. So she had also disciples, and often these disciples were quarreling with Mahaprabhu's disciples without the knowledge of both of them, but they were arguing about some topics. And mostly the disciples of Vishnu Priya Devi, they won the discussion. and her father, he loved her very much. He never didn't want to. If he promised he will never do anything which is not making her happy. Also because she is Bhakti Devi herself. He was inspiration. He wanted to always please her. So one time also happened that this king of Navadvip, king of Navadvip, he was worshipping Durga, and he heard that Durga Devi herself appeared in the home of Sanatan Mishra, and he went there and wanted to see her. But Vishnupriya, she said to her father, I will not see this king because he's worshipping Durga, and they are worshippers of Durga are tamasic people, and I don't want to have bad association, so no way I will not show my face to him. It is bad for bhakti. But Sanatana Mishra had a problem because he could not displease the king, and he could not displease his daughter also. So he was like, my daughter is very delicate, she's very shy, she doesn't really want to come. And the king was putting so much pressure on him, I will not leave from here, or I will jump to Ganga if you don't show me your daughter. But he could not really do anything. So he went home. He felt sorry, this father, Sanatana Mishra. But the king had no other choice, just went home. And in the dream, he got vision of Durga Devi, and she was very angry with him. She was not pleased. She said to him, you are killing so many animals, so many goats. They are all waiting for you. When you will die, they will rip you off. Like they want to take revenge. Then he was very frightened. He jumped to Ganga after the dream, but still this vision didn't leave him. Then he told to his servants that they should then he immediately went to the house of Sanatan Mishra and told him, I must see your daughter. I must speak to her or give her my dandavats, or because it will help. I made so many sins and she can purify me. So, but you cannot take darshan of spiritual personalities by force, no? So she didn't want, and on one point he felt like, oh, now I'm losing my eyesight. He became like temporarily blind. He started to falling, walking, and could not see the walls, nothing. Then he was very afraid. Then he asked Sanatana Mishra, please forgive me, I was doing wrong. I cannot force myself or force your daughter to appear before me. I must have displeased her. So then he went home, and it's not written what happened with him afterwards, but there was one of the instructive pastimes she gave. Yeah, it's not written what happened with the king. But on this Vasanta Pancami day, she desired to read Srimad Bhagavatam. So when Mahaprabhu left, there was, these are pastimes, how the marriage was conducted and everything, but we heard it last time you were speaking about this marriage of Vishnupriya. Oh, this was Lakshmipriya. Yeah, it's a long story. So she always showed the perfect example. Everyone loved her. Madasachi loved her very much. She also showed by her own example how to worship Ganga, Tulsi Puja, put on tilak, how to dress. She was very beautiful. She was like a golden complexion also, so and very peaceful. Prabhuji is telling, normally people are like very weak. When they do any spiritual activities, they feel like tired. And for ordinary work they can do day and night. But when it's come to Harinam Kirtan, then it's a big problem. When Harikatha is going on, they feel like, oh, when will it end? I cannot anymore. So, but Vishnupriya has this power. She can bless jivas with a taste for spiritual activities. She's not only giving instruction, but she can give inspiration, and it is the difference. Because instruction, duty, this is only temporary. But when there is some more love coming from inspiration, and this inspiration is coming from her, from Bhakti Devi, Vishnupriya Devi, then it will last. And when Mahaprabhu left, she showed even more renunciation than Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu has had many devotees around him, and but she was completely alone. She was fixed only on him. She was like the gopis from Vrindavan. When Krishna went to Mathura, he was suffering, but the gopis were suffering more. They were fixed only on Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing renunciation, but Vishnupriya Devi didn't have anyone, only Madhasachi, and she was doing such strong tapasya. She was hardly eating even. Every corn, we heard many times, she put for every Mahamantra 1 corn of rice, washed with tears, when she chanted, and then she cooked that amount, what she chanted on the day. Then she was cooking that rice and giving to Madhasachi half of it. Yeah? I forgot how much.
Madhasachi was
Cooking it and offering to Mahaprabhu.
She gave it to Vishnupriya, but she only ate half, because he left half for Madhasachi.
Yeah, they even shared this amount of rice, and that was it, what Vishnupriya ate. But she didn't want to see anyone. She was very secluded, alone. And one day she brought Mahaprabhu deity. I don't know, somebody gave her or how she got the deity, and still this deity is in Navadvip, worshipped 500 years old deity, worshipped by Vishnupriya Devi.
Mahaprabhu gave the deity to her.
Mahaprabhu herself. Yeah. Mahaprabhu, she's like showing us how to do this ninefold processes of bhakti, like everything perfect, how to chant, how to worship, how to do sadhana bhajan. This is her teachings to us. And she was worshipping the deity. Madhasachi was very happy when she brought it, when they started to together. And then she got. She didn't see anyone, but then Mahaprabhu started to send devotees there. Like first he sent, I don't know who first, but he sent Damodar Pandit to take care of Madhasachi. And then he, because there was a lila behind it, he wanted Damodar Pandit to learn from Vishnupriya Devi this. She purifies him, because he was too much protective of Mahaprabhu. He's pure devotee, Damodar Pandit, but he found some flaws in Mahaprabhu, some seeming faults, just that people don't speak badly about him. So Mahaprabhu didn't like that even out of goodwill he's finding faults. So he sent him to Madasachi because he said, you are very good protector, so go and protect Madasachi. But actually behind Mahaprabhu's idea was that he's learning from Vishnupriya to become more pure, more bhakti inspiration. Then he sent Jiva Goswami. It is very interesting because Vishnupriya, it was not her desire to see anyone, but on Mahaprabhu's order, she accepted him even as her son. And the teaching here is that even to go to Nityananda Prabhu to take shelter and to be in the guidance of Guru, you need the power for this. Vishnupriya Devi giving the power to stay in the association of Guru. So even she is more powerful than Nityananda Prabhu. Prabhuji was telling, it was a nice point. And others, Kala Krishna Das, he was also sent to Vishnupriya on Sachimata. He did some mischief, and to purify him, he was also sent there. So I think it's a little bit more, but time is over, I think. So on the end, this is a really sweet book. Prabhuji is saying, so all acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Prabhupada, they consulted and they found that she is very important in our spiritual life. So they installed the deity of her in Yogapit. Bhaktivinoda Thakur installed Gorgadadhar in Godrumadvip, and in Mayapur he installed Vishnupriya Devi on one side and Lakshmipriya Devi on the other side, and Mahaprabhu in the middle. He said it is very good to worship her, worship them both. She is offering a special help to jivas still. Because she has supreme compassion to everyone. She accepted these devotees which Mahaprabhu sent to her, but she's accepting everyone as her children, as earth, Bhu potency, Bhu Shakti. She's accepting everyone and engaging them in the service of Mahaprabhu and showing how to worship him properly, with what mood. And she was never trying to change Mahaprabhu, or she was sad, but she never she accepted when Mahaprabhu left. This is very interesting also. She was complete in service attitude. So today we pray for Vishnupriya Devi that we may become her good children and not disobey, at least. So thank you for listening. Hare Krishna. Priya Devi ki jai. Normalerweise musste ich mir was aufschreiben.
Was bitte?
Wie lange Vishnupriya Devi geblieben ist?
Wie lange sie da geblieben ist? Das weiß ich nicht.
jetzt so gelb, die ganze Tage?
4 Tage.
4 Tage und dann kommt wieder, noch wieder eine neue. Oh. Das geht aber so richtig.
Das ist die Übung für die spirituelle Welt.
Ja.
Dann kommt Blau. Für die kennen.
Jaya Sachinandam Jaya Gora Hari Sachinandam Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Sachinandam Jaya Gora Hari Sachinandam Jaya Gora Hari Shiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chandana Arati Kochova Jaya
Wieso in 10 Jahren kann man auch anmachen? Zuerst